Okay, we're going to start adding diodes to the library. So let's go ahead and go with the steps, right? So you would get the manufacturer part number, go into Altium Designer, choose components, look for the manufacturer part number, again, assuming that you're on a team, right? You might be working in a group team and whatnot, and you want to check the existing library. If that manufacturer part number doesn't exist, then go into the manufacturer parts search. Okay, here we find this. Now you have to be careful to make sure you click on this, and let's see, Octopart will give you all the information you need about this component. It's super convenient, very helpful. If you're a hardware engineer working on any kind of team, then you want to be using Octopart a lot, all right, very often. So I'm going to check the data sheet here and look at the details of this diode. It is the same manufacturer part number. It has the appropriate footprint, and it's what I'm looking for. I would download the data sheet for more information, but I think this is fine. So let's go ahead to Altium and right click and save this to my workspace. Put this in the diode section. Then I do want the color. Yeah, I want to know what the color is. It has color at wavelength. That's fine. Luminous intensity, it'd be good to know millical, and the overall height is good. The shape and size, sometimes that's helpful, to know what shape it is. Then you have the terminal pitch, the viewing angle, in case you need that. So I click OK, add all of these to my library. And this is why I like Altium 365. This is so easy compared to the typical way you do this, doing things manually. If I want to make modifications, I can click on this pencil icon and adjust the footprint, change it as necessary, and the PCB library, give it a different footprint name, do whatever. And then let's take a look at the 3D view. So we go into 3D layout mode and move this around. Yeah, this looks perfect. Okay, now that I've verified that this footprint is the way I want it to be, I can right click and save this diode. I should also add a SPICE simulation model, but I can maybe add a generic one once I'm done. Let's go save this device to server, new diode, click OK. This is the process you would use for all the other diodes. There's really not much of a difference. Now that the diode is saved in the library, I can look for it. But you know what? I forgot to change the name of the diode. So I'm going to go to my components, and the diode's in my library, but I will edit it by editing the name, right? And then I will copy LED green clear SMD, paste that to change the name, then right click and save it. And I will ask if I want to save changes to the cloud, updated part name. Then that's a quick edit, and now it has the proper name that I want. So if I want to place this, then there you go. Because let's say I don't know the manufacturer part number and I just want the name, then I can do that. And then I could also click on my diodes category to see what all diodes I have available. Okay, let's go ahead and check that off. For manufacturer part number, this one, we can do this. Now this is just looking in diodes. If I do all, just in case my manufacturer part number is listed in something that's not diodes, then I can find it. The availability of this component is not what I'm hoping for. What I can do is add this to my workspace and then look for alternates. I want to know the clamping voltage. This is a TVS. Okay. What is the max power? Polarity. Okay. Unidirectional. So single direction. Okay. This is good. I'll click OK. I want to add additional options, right? Because these are not available. You have to check the availability of the device too, right? So let's go ahead and add this and then see if they give any real options here. We might need to do something like a description search and then see what that pulls up. Maybe this one from ON Semiconductor becomes a viable option, even though it's a part that can be added. So we can leverage the existing models, right? And then pull from other manufacturers' data to use those devices instead, while still using a model. Okay. We see a yellow LED indication discrete. What I would do is copy the name and call it 2V 0402. Seems to be a special difference with this one. And then give it that appropriate name. And then close. It will prompt me to whether I want to save to the server, new diode with other buying alternates or alternate options, whatever you want to say or call it. Okay, so the diode has been saved. I'll go again to double check this, paste that name in there and see if it gets pulled up. I can do that with the manufacturer part number or the name. Voila, looks great. Okay, so this is the procedure you would use for essentially all of your diodes. Your assignment is to do the rest of these diodes, add them to your library, and check them off on your spreadsheet. Good luck. If you run into any issues, feel free to let me know.